Alright, so this is a condensed version of Ganondoor. First thing you need to be worried about is Z targeting. Z targeting is when you run on the wall and hit Z, and the camera centers behind him. Behind Link, of course. Z-lining is crucial for any setup in the game. To Z setup, you walk along the wall, stop, and hit Z. Usually, some people will be going something like this. Not quite. There we go. Well, there we go. Okay. So, if you see any part of the wall moving in relative to where Link is, as you see, the black line on the screen is slowly moving to the left and right. If you see any textures moving while Link walks on the wall like this, then you're not Z-aligned. Remember to walk along the wall, let go, press Z. Sometimes, if you try it, it won't work. In that case, you just need to redo it. Let me find the case where it doesn't work for me. Let's actually do it in here, because that's where you'll be doing it. So walk along the wall, hit Z, it did not work. So let's try it again. Walk along the wall, hit Z, it did work. Let's try it along this wall. Walk along the wall, hit Z, it worked. Walk along the wall, hit Z, it worked. If you're not certain it worked, just keep doing it over and over again. Like right there, it did not work. But there, it did work. Okay, next lesson is that rolls, if they come out of a side hop or jump or backflip, move in a precise location. So if I do a backflip and then a roll immediately after it, I'll go off to the right like this. And after a left side hop, it'll go forward and to the right, or left. Same thing with right, forward and to the right. Next is Ocarina Items. To do this, you dump the bugs in your bottle, bugs or a fish. Either one works. Then do a backflip, and in the middle of the backflip, you need to press the button that your bug is on, which is C down in my case, followed by either something that Link can hold in his hand, like a Deku stick, a sword, a slingshot, a hook shot. Here I'm going to be using the Deku stick, so I backflip, press the button that the bugs are on, followed by the item that I want to use. Oops, press the wrong button. So here I'm going to be using the Deku stick. Oh, I already had him. And there, I'm playing the Deku stick as an ocarina, even though I never collected an ocarina. This is what is known as Ocarina Items. And it's crucial to doing a run warp, because you perform Ocarina Items so that you land on the very edge of the warp. It doesn't take you up like it would normally. Like if I were to do this, it would take me up. But performing Ocarina Items into it does not take you up. And that allows you to leave the room and perform Ocarina Items. Next is how Ocarina Ron Warp works. What it does, you perform Ocarina Items into the warp. It doesn't take you up. And so once you cancel Ocarina Items with B, just like you would any other Ocarina, you perform a set number of motions and make your way over to, in this case, this door. And you open the door on a specific frame. And that frame causes the once this warp would take you up and the screen whitens like this. It plays this cutscene of you talking to the Deku Tree. But if you interrupt that by going through this door at the same time that happens, the game, for some reason or another, changes the value of the what's called an exit that you lead to something further in the list. And it just so happens that the room in Ganon's castle, the escape, happens to be the same value as what you get when you perform this Ron Warp. So next, I'll show you the different types of Ron Warps. Number one is using this pillar right here. Number two is using this wall right here and doing 8 backflips into this warp. The next one is the hardest one, but also the fastest one. Usually only the people going for records do this, or people that want to, of course. But it would look like this. You back up from the door and then do backflips into the warp. Obviously much harder. So now I'll show you how to do the pillar one. First, you Z-align to this wall. We got it. And then the next tip I can give you is to move very slowly across a pillar. Hold Z and up against it, and then slightly move the control stick to the left or right, and you'll be able to do this. Move slowly across the pillar. In this case, what you want to do, if I can move, let's see if I have my mouse on here. There it is. Okay, so if you see my mouse, it's moving along this white texture here between this black line and this black line. What you want to do is have the tip of Link's hat right here, the one in the middle, line up with that texture. So we'll do that right now. So right now it's oscillating between back and forth to the left and right of the texture, and that's good. Once you have that, you can stop. So now that we're Z-aligned and positioned appropriately, what we do is we side hop once and then do a roll, and that roll will take you forward and to the left. And then you wait a second, or hit Z once, or hit R once to use your shield. And then roll again, and backflip again. And then what you do is you perform Ocarina Items into this warp. So now we'll show you. Catch your bugs. Z align to the wall. Get the correct position. Side hop, roll. Shield, roll. Backflip. Backflip Ocarina Items. And hold on a second. There we go. Okay, so if you just saw, the camera rotated around the inside of the warp. And then it came to this shot of Link. This shot is the one that you need to use. If you only have about 2 seconds to use it, or the camera will rotate around Link like this, and that's too late. So it's rotating around the inside of the warp, stops on Link right here. And this is when you need to act. You need to cancel Ocarina Items with B, and move straight right across the warp. So if you hold right, you'll move across the inside of the warp, the inside of a blue circle like this. And once you reach around where Link is right now, you need to hit your Deku Nut button. And when you hit the Deku Nut button, Link will stop on the spot. And that allows you to do the next step. So let me show you. Cancel Nut. And once you do that, once you throw the Deku Nut, you hit Z and then hold left. You begin moving across the room like this. And you come to this hump. This hump is critical to determining what you need to do after you pass it. So let me cancel this warp and show you what to do next. So as you saw, we're coming across the level like this. We're hitting this hump here. Depending on where you cross the hump, you'll need to do adjustments. Right now I'm just going to tell you what the spot of the hump is. So if you come over the hump at this spot, right on top of this dark spot, this is what's known as frame 3. To the right of frame 3, but not touching the wall, is frame 4. And if you come across the hump touching the wall, this wall, to the right, it's called frame 5. This spot to the left of the dark spot, but not touching the left wall, is what's known as frame 2. And this wall is what's known as frame 1. So, frame 2, in front, but not touching the wall, frame 4. Touching the wall, frame 5. Behind the dark spot, but not touching the wall, frame 2. Touching the wall, frame 1. Okay, so let me reload the save state. Cancel, throw, Z, left. And when you're doing this, you need to put in one input of side hop. Otherwise, it won't work. So we did one side hop. Okay, so we came across the hump at this point. This is what's known as frame 4. So oh, I stopped. You can never stop until you cross the hump. So we got frame 4. And what you just saw is the hump is now out of shot. So now we move forward to this wall, Z-align to it, then turn it around, then let go of Z, turn around very quickly, and then move over to the door however you want to. And once you move over here, you want to hold up and right and get caught in the doors so that Link won't move any further. He's shuffling his feet right now, which is good. He's not moving forward and he's shuffling his feet. If I can get that other foot movement, there it is. If he's also doing this, then that's good. So in this case, what you want to do, stop, let go of Z, hit right, then hit A. And I probably missed that because I was explaining it. So let's do it again. Now that's frame 5. Okay, this is frame 4. No, this is frame 5. Sometimes you can tell which frame you've got by when you pass the in front of the warp. This is frame 3. I'm on frame 4. Because I'm not going to do them in any arbitrary order. It's sometimes hard to get the frame that you want. Okay. So we crossed the hump, got it off screen, moved to the wall, stopped, Z-line to it, let go, turn around, made it to the door, got caught in it, let go, press right, A. And we got it. So the next one I'll try to get is frame 5. Okay, this should be frame 5. Notice this is what I call frame 6. It's a little hard to recover from this one, but I'll show you that later. Okay, this is frame 5. We cross the hump, touching, well, not touching, but closest to the wall. What you want to do, keep moving, cross here, until you get to this spot. Stop, Z-line, then while holding Z, back up to here. Let go of Z, hold it in this spot for a second, turn around, hit Z again, back up to here, then do the same thing that you did with frame 4. So now I'll do frame 3. So we cross the hump at the dark spot. So now we make our way over to this dark spot on the floor. We stop, then we move forward toward the wall, Z-line. And the angle for your Z-aligning will be slight, so I recommend trying it more than once if you're not sure. Like this. Turn around, Z target, make your way to the door, let go of Z, hit right, and hit A. Okay, now we'll do frame 2. Okay, so we cross the hump behind the dark spot, but not touching the wall. And it's a little difficult to tell if this is frame 1 or frame 2, but you can tell because Link's feet, well, there's still some ground behind Link's feet. If there wasn't, and you could see green void, you need a combination of seeing stuff behind Link's feet and the green void for it to be frame 1. So frame 2 is the same thing as frame 3, or frame 2 is the same thing as frame 3. We stop at the dark spot, move over to the wall, Z-line, then make our way to the door. Now I'll show frame 1. Okay, so we cross the wall. We can see that no ground is behind Link's feet. You see the shadow of Link's feet? It touches the green void. We know that's frame 1. So for frame 1, we make our way over here. We make our way to this corner. We Z-line. We turn around. We go to the door, but we don't open it yet. We do another 180-degree turn. Once. We make sure the camera is precisely behind Link before we try it again, so not too fast. And then we turn around again. Make sure we're still caught in it. Then open it. And we got it. So if you throw the Deku Nut too early, oh, I didn't. That was frame 1 again. That's probably frame 2. Yep. Frame 2 again. This should be frame 0. Frame 1. It's hard to actually aim for frame 0. I think I messed up there. Okay, definitely. Well, that's more like frame -1, but okay. So for this one, once you know you're going to hit wall here, behind the hump, you do a pause, you walk forward, and then you unpause once you get to the hump area. Then you mash side hop to the left. You get along to the wall like this, but instead of turning around, hold down left into the door. So it gets cut like this. Then turn left and hit A. And if you did it correctly, Link will come back to this spot of the Deku Tree. And you can try it again. Because if you get frame 0 or quote-unquote -1, there's really no precise way you can fix it. So your best bet is to just try it again. Oh, that leads me to one more thing. The movements you do allow for a specific amount of frames of the warp to count up. So if I walk into this warp, a timer begins in which, by the time the timer reaches a specific amount, this cutscene will begin playing. Now our movements in this warp cause it to load a specific amount of frames, and our adjustments based on what time we go over the hump, what place we go over the hump, will count up different amounts of frames. And the amount of frames that we want, the amount is not important. What matters is that we get the trick to work. So in this case, the value was correct enough. Or the value was exactly correct and led me to Ganon's castle. I'm going to intentionally do this slow so I can show you what it looks like. I'm not going to side hop. So I'm going to load the warp for too long. And when you load the warp too long, when you open a door, it leads to this cutscene. So again, sorry, if it leads you back to the Deku Tree, you didn't let enough frames pass by. You were too early. But if you something like this, let me intentionally pass frames. Well, that's good enough. But if you get this screen, you let too many frames pass by. You are too late. So this is frame 2 again. I'm going to do it the speedrunning way. Actually, let me do it again. Cancel right not side hop. Frame 4. Stop once it goes off screen. Z-align. Turn around. Make it to the door. Get stuck. Right. Unhold Z. Right and A. And you make it. This should be frame 2. Okay, frame 2. Dark spot. Wall. Z-align. Turn. Make it to the door. Turn. Open. This should be frame 3. You cross on the dot. On the spot on the floor. Stop at the spot. Z-align. Turn. Make it through the door. Turn. Open. And it works. Let's go for number 1. This should be frame 2. Yes. There we go, frame 1. Make our way to here. Align, turn, get caught in the door, turn again, get caught in the door again. Right and open. There is another version of frame 1, if I can get frame 1. There we go. So another version of frame 1 did the same aligning, except you want to move to this side of the wall, turn around again, move around to this side of the wall, and turn around again. Then open the door. You'll get it. Okay, one thing you want to do is keep Z held all the time. Because if you release Z, the camera will kind of back up. Like this. And if you don't let it center precisely behind Link again, when you turn around, it will load the warp for too many frames. So I've let it zoomed out. This is not good. So we hit Z again, it's zooming back in. And once it stops, then you're ready to go. This is exactly why we turned 180 degrees and hit Z immediately. Because the camera has no time to zoom out. Like that. The camera did not have time to zoom out. So also, if you release Z while you are, if I can get it. Okay, there we go. If I release Z, if you can see, I have it on fast forward and nothing's happening. I'm holding Z. But if I release Z, the warp will load and Link will be taken up. This should be frame 2, frame 3. Okay, so what else? Okay, so we covered turning quickly. I believe that's it for this version. Now I'll show frame 6 or 7. So once you know you have frame 6, you're too far in front of the hump and you're going to hit this door. So once you know you've got that, pause, unpause, back up, and once you know you're over the hump, in front of the hump again, unpause again, then mash side hop. This allows you to fix frame 6. And if you get frame 6, you really don't have enough time to just release the hit left and open the door. So what you need to do, hit C up, look toward the door. This next spot requires fast fingers, so get out of C up by either hitting C up or A, then hit start immediately. Then, once you do that, you hit start again, then mash A. And if you did it correctly, we'll come back to this spot of the Deku Tree. One thing that you can do to make it a little bit easier is use something called unpause lag. When you pause the game and then unpause it, there's a little bit of lag between the time that the pause screen goes away and when you can begin moving again. And if you hit a button during that time when the between these screens, the pause screen and the game moving, then the command that you do will be executed on the first frame that the game begins playing again. This is also useful for setups. So if I unpause, hit A during the unpause lag, I'll do it on the first frame. So unpause, hit A, and I did it. If I had something to talk to, I could show another. Okay. So this also works with, this does not work with using the control stick because you can track input. You can cause input using the control stick on the pause screen, but it can be done. Like I can do a backflip from this. Just hold down this time and hit A during the unpause lag, and I will do a backflip. So why I showed you that was you can also use unpause lag when you open the door to recover from frame 6 or 7. So that would look like this. Here I paused using the unpause lag to open it by hitting A. Okay, so the next one we have is the 8-backflip method. What we do is we get into this corner. We Z-align to the wall, the same wall that the door is on. Make sure you're Z-aligned to it. Then what we do is we get into this corner that's currently to the left of Link. One way you can easily do it is once you get Z-aligned to this wall, side hop and roll into this corner. And if you remember correctly, a roll after a side hop will take you forward and to the left. And this makes sure you're perfectly in the corner. So once you have this position, you backflip 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we can see the blue warp behind us. We need to perform Ocarina Items into that warp. This time I'll use the sword. I was a little too slow. Let's see if I can... Okay, that's better. Let's put away the Deku stick, get our bugs out. Now remember, you need to have your bugs in your hand, like this, or the trick will not work. Z-align to the wall, get into the corner, 8 backflips. And then Ocarina Items. So in this case, the warp will do the same thing. The camera will go around the inside of the warp, pull it like this, and then come back to Link at this position. And now you need to cancel and hold down. And then you need to listen to the sounds that Link's footsteps make. You need to wait until he makes 4 stepping sounds like this. Then throw a nut and side hop twice to the left. Make your way to this door, then do the same thing as all the others. And you get it. So let's show that again. We Z-align to the wall, get in position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ocarina Items. Cancel down 7 steps. I think that's not enough. Let's see. Yes, I got caught. But if you get caught, you can recover it the same way as you did frame 0. But I won't have enough time since I've stopped here, so I'll just reload. Nut, side hop, side hop. I got caught again. So now that I'm here, I can tell you something else. You need to put in your side hops, 2 side hops, before you touch the hump at all. But you also need to do it not too soon after you leave the warp. So if you do it right now, like from this spot, that's going to be too soon. You need to wait until Link starts moving a little, then do it. And I got caught again. Side hop, side hop. And I have the game music turned down so my voice can be heard over it. So this makes it a little harder for me. Run, save. Okay. I'm not having a good time here. I got it the first time. There we go. So there are no adjustments to if you do this correctly. So don't worry about different frames. So now we made it to Ganon's castle. And that is perfect. So now that I did the previous one, I can show you escaping the forest. Let's speed up. Okay, so right behind this is this Navi. Is this stone tablet. There are 3 methods that you can use to get along the down to the warp at the bottom of this pillar. Link can't dive far enough to do it right now. So we have to find a way to clip into the either clip or dive low enough so that it works. So this first one is called the Navi dive. It's the easiest method. What you do is wait till Navi is blinking, see up, as you can see it's at the top of the screen. Then jump so that you would grab onto this pillar, like this. Well, I did a roll before that, so I fell into the water. So let's try that again. And be warned, you can't hit Z up till a line. So you need to do it manually. So it looks like this. And Link grabbed on. So now we can mash B so that Link... Okay, so when you hit B, Link will take a slight step back and fall off the stone pillar, like this. So when you do that, you need to be mashing Z or B so that Link will do a jump slash onto the pillar. Let's align correctly. No, not Z align. Okay, so if we mash B, Link will fall off, but he'll also do a jump slash back on. And once he does that jump slash, you need to be mashing C up. Because once Link comes out of that jump slash, he'll step back off the pillar. But if you've activated Navi, she'll be able to stop you and talk to you. And the water will, for some reason, be solid, or not solid, during that scene. So now Navi's gone away, so I need to reload. So let's pause. Mash C and C up, and Link will fall through the water because it's not solid while you're talking to someone. This is well, talking to someone is a cutscene. It's not solid during any cutscene. So dismiss this message, then make Link swim toward the water, or swim toward the warp, and he'll come out in Zora's river. So now you can begin your trek down the river. So the Navi dive works from to the left or the right of the pillar. To the left is a little bit harder because there's not much room to work with. But it can be done. Okay, the next method uses this wall right here. This is what I like to call the left wall strategy. So as you're coming out of this log, move over to the left. then along this wall. And now I can teach you something else. I taught you before that when you do a backflip or a side hop, your rolls go a specific direction. Side hop left, roll left. Backflip, side hop right. Side hop right, roll right. Roll forward and to the right, rather. In this case, what we want to do is do a backflip and then a roll to the right. But during that roll, we need to release Z. And by releasing Z, the camera will, when you roll, Link's facing a different direction. So if we release Z after we roll, the camera will be fixed at that new position. Like that. So, backflip, roll, release Z, hit Z again. Backflip, roll, release. This also works with side hop. Like that. This is fundamental to a few tricks. So now we're along this wall. We need to be in this corner, but I like to do this. I align to this wall, I side hop into it, then move forward until Link isn't moving anymore. You can also do a roll like this if you're not certain. Then you backflip, do the release C roll, and then you'll be facing this direction. Then do a side hop right and do the same thing. And you are facing this direction. Now do a side hop left without releasing Z. So it'll look like this. So now you're in this position. What you need to do now is do one slash with your sword, then do a backflip. And now you need to do a jump to the right. And you need to do a jump slash in the middle of your side hop. So it'll look something like this. That was a little late. Let's try it again. So if you do it correctly at the right time, Link will be caught in this pillar like this. And what I like to do is hold Z and hold up and right, and Link will move toward the warp. The warp extends upwards for some reason. I don't know why the programmers programmed it like that. Maybe it was easier to just leave it at its normal size because no one could normally get down there. Don't ask me, but it's there. So this, I got it again. Let's not get it. So this is too early. You jump slash too early. And to do a jump slash in the middle of your jump, just hit B. So this is too late. But if you get either one of the early or late, like this, that's way too early. I recommend holding Z because you can easily come back and try it again. And if you miss and try it again, just move along this wall while holding Z, then do a jump slash left, or a jump left into it, and then the roll again. You need to make sure you put away your sword. Slash the wall, backflip, side hop, jump slash, and it got it. So if you miss and you need to put away your sword, don't do it toward this wall, or you risk Z aligning like this, and that will mess up your angle. So let's be a little late. No, let's not get it. So that time I missed, but I'm still holding Z so I can try again. This time Link put away his sword when he came in contact with the water, so we don't need to do it ourselves. Slash, backflip, jump slash. We missed it again. So let's try it again. And there we got it. Okay, so now I can show you the right wall method. This one is quicker, but not too much quicker, so if you're not sure about it, don't bother with it. Just use either Navi dive or the right wall method, or the left wall method, sorry. So if you're coming out of this log right here, for the right wall method, you want to be on the right side of the wall, like this. I like to Z-align to the wall before I try. So we're coming out of the log like this. And right now, we want to, if you can see right approximately between the A and the left C button, if you look down, you can see a crease in the wall. That's where the wall changes angle. And you want to align Link so that he would be walking toward that angle. So that would look like this. I'm coming out, I look at the angle, and it's not precise, so don't worry. I hold Z again, and I walk along here, I side hop, and then I want to side hop into that same corner that I used for the left wall. So it's like this. So that's a little late, but let's try it again. And there we got it. Let's do this right wall a bit faster. And there we go. So now we come back to Zora's River. And you need 40 rubies to buy a Deku shield for this, for any percent. So what you want to do is gather rubies from the river. Depending on how many rubies you collect before you do the escape, you'll either need to get a red ruby or not get a red ruby. And if you need to get a red ruby, these are the steps. So you come along here, and then you come along this waterfall right here. This is where you need to perform a trick to get a red ruby. So let's see if I can reload a save state. That's a little too close. Let me redo this. Actually, let's use the left wall method. Align, get into the corner, backflip roll, side hop roll, side hop roll again, slice, backflip. That's too early. Let's go in the water to put away our sword. Try it again. That's too late. Let's try it again. For some reason I did a jump slash. Okay, stop doing a jump slash. Okay, we got it. Okay. So now there are 3 different methods to get a red ruby. One of them I don't like, so I'm not going to show it. But you're coming down this path. For the first one, you want to align to this wall. And once you align to this wall, hold back and then mash Z so it looks like this. When you come off the wall, come off the waterfall. I'll need to make some pauses in here. Okay. Yeah, that was right. Okay. So as you come off the waterfall, let me pause and explain it instead of explaining it while I'm doing it. As you're coming off of the waterfall, you're still mashing B. And when you mash B, you'll do a jump slash against a wall. That jump slash will recoil you backwards. And if you hold left immediately after you perform the jump slash, you'll get a red ruby. Of course, you need to be holding Z this entire time, so that looks like this. So that's method 1. The other method is to keep Z aligned and hold up against this wall. And you'll climb up like this. So you need to do 1 side hop left and then 1 backflip. And then begin walking backwards. And you'll come to a point where Link will begin where the ground will begin inclining. And once you get here, you can stop, side hop to the left, right, and then hold left. And 99% chance you'll get a red ruby. So that looks like this. Let's do that a little faster. And if you didn't know, you can swim faster by mashing B into water. Be sure not to be mashing B as you come off the waterfall, or you'll do a jump slash. So to get to Kakariko, most people do a trick called the Water Extended Super Slide, or WESS, or WESS. I'm on a keyboard, so I can't show that. So I'll just make my way to the owl. So either way, the owl moves left or right off of his perch. Either way he does that, you need to make your way to the stairs and then side hop, or either side hop or perform a back walk up them to reach Kakariko before the night. And you need to make it before night, or these Cuccos will not be here. Okay, so I did not get a red ruby, but I got enough rubies before so that I'm likely going to need to only get 2 more once I get back to Kokiri Village. Kokiri Forest, Kakariko Village. What am I saying? So this time he went right, and it changes the camera angle. So now I'm going to be showing it on myself doing a backwalk up the stairs. And I recommend doing a backwalk because your side hops are highly likely to not be precise. The only way they can be really precise is to use a tool-assisted speedrun. So you grab this Cucco, backwalk, throw him over here. Come and bash this block, align to this wall and side hop over like this. Grab this Cucco and use it to fly over to this wall. That has the Cucco. Throw this Cucco off, collect this guy, throw this guy off, then turn around to find one of the Cuccos that you left. Make your way back over to the pin and throw the first 4 Cuccos in. Whoa. So now that you have that, grab this 5th Cucco that's over here and use it to fly you over here. Then toss him backwards and jump down to this Cucco. Grab him, go up the stairs, then toss him over the railing. Now for this, in this case, you're going to need a wand to use this thin fence here to walk along. You can see I'm walking on it, even though it looks like I shouldn't be able to. So you grab this fence right here. Hold on. Okay, give me a second. Let's see. How's this? And that was just someone in my chat complaining that I had my game on Pikmin instead of something else. So now we're back to, well, let's get out of Pikmin. And back to Ocarina of Time. You have a good night too. Okay, so now we're back in this game, Ocarina of Time, and we're back on this fence. It looks like we shouldn't be able to stand on it, but we can. We grab this edge so that we climb on it. Then we move on forward. Then we're going to need to move left off of it. And as we move left, we're going to get closer to this ladder. And if we do it correctly, we'll grab the ladder. That was too wide of an angle. That was also too wide. Same thing. That's good. So you don't want to jump too late, or you'll have to do a wide angle to get it. You don't want to jump too soon, or you're highly unlikely to get it. So it all depends on timing. So grab this chicken here and jump off. Okay, grab this chicken, or Cucco here. I keep saying chicken, don't I? Jump off. Then press A in midair to drop him. Then press B to slice him. And he'll begin moving away from you. You want to do the same thing to the second one. That will look like this. And he'll run toward the pen. So right now, my Cuccos were in a really optimal spot, so I'll need to do the same thing to this one, but normally you wouldn't. Throw him in, throw him in, throw him in without talking to not-Anju, and then talk to not-Anju to get your bottle. Hold on a second. There we go. How long was it that like that? Man, that sucks. Okay. So the reason I keep saying not Anju is that this person, well, this character model became someone named Anju in Majora's Mask. And this lady currently doesn't have a name in Ocarina of Time. People just call her the Cucco lady. So now that we have the bottle, we can make our way to the Deku Tree. Or now that we don't have the bugs yet, we need to pick them up. Throw the rock, then capture. Now you can pause, save, reset. Okay, so this is a save in which I do have enough rubies. I have 59, but if you didn't, you would either need to get 2 from here, and then 2 from here, or another 5 from there, or another 5 from jumping across these. You could also get the 5 that are in this shop, like this. And then you are ready to get the shield. Head over to the Deku Tree. So now we can head over to the Deku Tree. If you're going for speed, you want to be in the water for as little time as possible. But if you're not, you can just make your way over to Mido. But if you're doing a speed run, you can either side hop into the water, that'll gain you some speed. Side hop onto this here, then do another side hop off. Like this. Or just do you notice how much slower it was. But before you talk to Mido, you need to make sure you equip your Deku Shield. Speeding him up because he talks too much. So now we're making it our way to the Deku Tree. You need to collect at least 1 Deku Stick. I collect multiple. There's this trick that you can do here. If Link walks any further along this along the ground, the cutscene will begin. like this. But if you do a jump slash into this cutscene, then Link will run a little bit further. It can also happen if you do a jump slash against the wall, like this. Then Link will run even further. It's just a little fun thing I like to do. Everyone likes to do, rather. So let's speed up his text. So if you notice that cutscene of the Deku Tree opening his mouth just played, this and the next cutscene, this one, of the camera panning around the inside of the Deku Tree, is what allows you to do a Ron warp inside the Deku Tree, which is what we call Ganondoor. If you don't, like for example, if I saved right now, and then went back to the title screen, and then tried to do Ganondoor, it would give me a black screen, because I did not set the correct cutscene value. So now we're ready to begin the Deku Tree. What you need to do is defeat this Deku Baba on the right. Preferably using a jump slash. Then if you see this vine text here, or vine here, if you walk up to it, Navi will try to talk to you. You can skip that by pulling out a Deku stick right before you touch the vines. So that would look like this. And then I went too close. The vine text will also pop up here if you don't get it below. So what we do next to avoid the vine text is backflip onto this chest, turn right, and then jump onto this vine here. So these Skullwalltulas are what we affectionately call Skullwalltulas, or Skullwalltulas, because they ruin a lot of attempts. Because if you keep on going up while they are purple, then they will attack you. So the secret to them is anytime they turn purple, you need to stop moving. So let's get, come on, turn. So you'll notice that they are turning purple, but because I stopped, they're not attacking. So you need to do that on your way up. So if you get past this scene right here, this Skulltula will not be able to attack you. Like this. I'm a little closer to his legs. But he can't make it past this seam on the wall. So if we pass this seam on the wall, like I will show, he can't cross it. So as long as we're here, we're okay from the first Skullwalltula. So we make our way up here. I got good luck with that Skulltula. Come over here, drop, we land here. So now we're ready for the B1 skip. So first, let me show you. We need to, normally you would complete this by jumping down onto that web and then falling down here. But in this case, you need to get, I froze him too late. In this case, we need to break the web and also recoil so that we reach this ledge here, which you're not supposed to be able to get to. If you don't reach the ledge, you need to go through the temple normally, or the Deku Tree normally, which is obviously through this door right here. So what we do, there are two methods to this one. If you'll see, the pattern on the floor is symmetrical along this line behind the link. For the first method I'm going to teach, you need to align with that symmetrical line. Then you need to do a crouch, stab the wall, then throw a Deku Nut, then do 2 backflips, and you'll be falling down toward the vine, or the web that you need to break. And for this, you want to be mashing side hop to the left. So that would look like this. So now I broke the web, but I also side hop to the left. And now if I let Link fall down far enough, and then do a jump slash by hitting B, Link will recoil up onto the top ledge, like this. This is exactly what you need to do. So that's one method. Crouch, nut, backflip, backflip, mash, recoil. Sometimes you won't get it, in which case you need to do what's called the B1 skip backup. If you're on a keyboard like I am, you need to do a specific method, but if you're on a controller, you can use another method. First, you need to align to this wall here, then move into this corner right here. You can see the seam of the corner. Roll into it if you're not sure. Then do a backflip twice, side hop right once, side hop left once. Backflip twice, side hop right, side hop left. Then align your B button so that it's, I can't do it on a keyboard, but you need to align the left part of your B button on that crease on the wall. It looks almost gray. So it's a little bit to the left of the B button. If you align it there, then get out of C up, do a roll, and do another roll, and hold up. You'll grab the ledge, but I'm on a keyboard, so I can't do that. So we have a backup method for this, if you're on a keyboard, or if you don't want to align using C up. Backflip, backflip, right, left, hold shield, turn right. I moved a little, so I need to do it again. This is what's called shield turning. So if we hold shield, release shield, then turn right for 1 frame, then press our shield again, it'll look like that. So now once we've done that, we do a backflip and then a roll, and then we shield turn again. Backflip, roll, but this time release C. Then do a roll again. Now we're ready to do the final step of the B1 backup. And if you did it correctly, you'll grab the ledge, like that. But now I need to show the other method of the B1 skip, so let me see if I have a save for that. No, I do, okay. I didn't override it as I thought. So there's another method you can use. What you want to do is align to this wall like normal and move into this corner right here where this texture on the ground changes. You can also roll into it if